Hello everyone, and welcome back to Asians Do Football, episode 10. And as you can see, we're finally meeting up again, Julian.
Reunited and it feels so good.
No more singing for me, please.
Sorry.
My guy was supposed to get copyrighted, you know.
Oh shoot, yeah.
Exactly.
No, we can't. We're not big enough yet.
But we will be in it.
One day.
As soon as you carry on watching, keep liking, commenting, subscribing, we will be. Julian, I like your t-shirt, by the way.
Thank you, Uniqlo, sponsor me.
It's that little Pokemon Pikachu, isn't it?
Yeah, Pikachu.
Nice, I like it, right?
I like it too.
But enough of that. Should we talk about some football?
Still, bro.
Who finished 10th this season?
Burnley FC. Yeah.
Interesting team. I think it's a team that divides a lot of opinions. I think I mentioned in one of my previous videos. I think it's the Wolves video actually. Very, very highly structured. The most structured team, I think. There's no stats to back this up, by the way. I'm just saying, from my opinion, that they're highly structured.
Yeah, exactly. We talk about Wolves. We talk about Sheffield United in the last episode. But Burnley, Sean Dyche.
Structure.
Mad structure.
As always, had another good season. I think they started a bit shaky. And suddenly you think, oh, they've lost it. They can't keep clean sheets anymore. They're not scoring enough goals. But then they picked it up again. Sean Dyche, obviously.
They picked it up big time.
Yeah, they picked it up big time, and they finished the season 10th, which is really, really commendable again. I think, again, highlights of them is defence.
100%, yep.
As always. Pope doing really well in the sticks. And you've got Trosowski. That's how you say your name?
Trukowski?
Yep.
Yeah.
Then you've got me as well, doing really well. Fullbacks are interchanging a little bit. You've got Peters and Taylor on the left-hand side. And you've got Barnsley and Loughton on the right-hand side. But yeah, it's just a very, very well-oiled machine.
It's just a solid team, isn't it?
Yeah, very solid team.
Yeah, like you say, 10th this season. That's a five position difference. They were 15th last year.
Oh wow! Okay, I did not know that. That's really good.
So Sean Dyche, they've been in the Premier League for 4 seasons now, and
shout out to Sean Dyche for that. First of all.
Yeah, man.
Well done on that.
He's so good. Since he's come in, he's been amazing.
I think it's great, and I think they've established themselves in the Premier League now. But I do think there's still some sticking points in their play in terms of, because they're so highly structured, they don't create as many chances as they want to. I think they have a tag on social media at the very least. It's a very boring, they're not very fluid, long ball team. I think they do have aspects of that just because they do play 2 up front. I think they're probably maybe with Everton now as well, with Ancelotti getting it, but one of the few teams that still play 4-4-2, the classic 4-4-2.
Classic, yeah.
4-4-2.
I mean, you talk about that. They had a minus 23 goal difference last season.
Okay.
But they had a minus 7 goal difference this season.
Okay.
So yeah, lack of goals is it a concern? 10th is a really good place, I think, for Burnley Football Club.
I think for Burnley, the question is, what do you want to do? What are you trying to achieve generally?
Exactly.
If you are trying to achieve just staying Premier League every year, then this is calm. But if you're trying to progress and trying to push to Europe, which I think every club in that area where Burnley are probably sitting, which is just behind not just behind the top 6, but in that realm behind the top 6, you need to make a decision. And unfortunately, I think there's an argument, Julian, that I don't know if you agree with this or disagree, that they've changed their style to do that as well a little bit, I think.
They do, but is Sean Dyche going to do that? He's been playing this kind of type of football for years now.
Do you know what? That's another issue with Dyche, actually.
Yeah.
That's why, because he's done so well, that's why he hasn't been...
He hasn't had to change it.
Yeah, but he hasn't been also linked with the bigger teams.
Yeah, true.
But that's because I don't think clubs have seen that they can play the way... He can manage the way that they want their club to play, if that makes sense. They know he can do the structure, the defensive stuff, and long ball to a certain degree, but can he do the possession and the tiki-taka-esque football? And because the clubs haven't seen him being able to produce that manager, they're a bit hesitant to go for him. So you know about, like, some people, Arsenal fans were saying we should go for Dyche, for example.
Really?
Yeah, like some corners. I'm not saying it was like everyone.
That's some madness. That's the first time I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's like little corners of it, but I can understand it because we're defensive, such a shambles.
True. But saying that though, does he have the players to play a different style?
See, that's another thing. So
they don't really have any exciting players apart from Dwight McNeil, who's come good this season, played a bit last season as well. He's someone that can actually carry the ball. He's direct. He's quick. He can play that pass. He's a very good crosser of the ball. I think he only had like 6-7 assists this season, but honestly, some of the balls, if the strikers and the players in the box tuck them in, assists would have been so much higher.
Do you know what another thing with that is though?
Yeah.
To keep McNeil, they need to progress, because like we mentioned, how many videos have we mentioned where McNeil's linked to one of the clubs? Clubs? McNeil eventually is going to be like, what's happening? Like, I'm assuming he's ambitious. and he's a bit more free in his style compared to the rest of the Burnley team. And he was like, right, are we going to do something, or are we just going to stay like this and trying to move on to trying into Europe and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Because I don't know the Burnley players personally, obviously, but I think a lot of them are content with what's going on at the moment, and they should be. Like, you can't complain.
Well, that goes back to what do they want to achieve? If it is just to stay in the Premier League, then they're doing a fantastic job. So
Pope as well is another player that I bring in that McNeil predicate that could look for a move away if they're not ambitious enough. The thing is, though, the scary thing about all that, and probably in the back of Dyche's head, he's probably thinking this: like, he could change it one summer. This transfer window is nearly over, so maybe not this one, but say they go all out and they change it totally, it could they could be in a relegation battle suddenly.
It could backfire. Look at Fulham 2 years ago when they bought, it was like over £100 million worth of players, got relegated straight away. Yeah. You can't, so spending money and bringing in a bunch of new players to try and change up the style, especially after so long, is not guaranteed to work. But touching on Pope and that defence, Tarkowski's that you mentioned, Ben Mee, fantastic. Pope is second in the Golden Glove.
Really well.
Yeah, and the thing is, only 8 teams conceded more goals than Burnley this season.
That's really
so amazing. Their defence is just it's madness.
It's reliable. It's like an FPL as well. They're reliable for a cliche on that. I remember Pope's best game for me was Liverpool away. Towards the end of the season where Burnley got draw. Some saves he made. Some
next level.
I know
portion.
If you Burnley fans probably don't want to watch the Chelsea video, because in that one we do mention Pope as a potential person they could go for, and I still think that's the case that they could go for.
But that's a compliment.
Yeah, it is a compliment. It is. But yeah, it's interesting, and it'd be nice to hear from Burnley fans in the comments if you know a bit more than we do, like in terms of, has Dyche mentioned it, or has the club mentioned what's the way forward, or are you as Burnley fans content with what's happening, or do you want to push for Europe, for example? So Julian, what do you think Burnley need in terms of players? I think probably need a striker again.
Chris Wood got 14 goals last season, which is okay. It's double figures.
Also, Jay Rodriguez did really well towards the end of the season as well. He scored a cracker against Liverpool as well. Yep. They have players that just okay. Do you know what I mean?
They're all right, but they're not exciting like a
They're efficient.
McNeil.
They're efficient. Yeah.
But again, they're doing the job right.
Yeah.
Top half finish.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If they lose Pope, go for a keeper. I don't think the defense needs to be touched personally. Maybe they need a bit more creativity in the centre midfield.
Yeah. They've just got midfielders that can do a job.
They're centre mids. They're real centre mids.
Yeah, they just do their job, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas they're not gonna. There's nothing that's gonna be flashy.
I think they need to get some more technical players and more exciting players, because at one point during the season, after the restart, Peters was playing centre mids and the wings and stuff. You don't want Peters playing there. He's a left back. Not to say he did well in those positions. Again, of course he is, because he's managed by Sean Dyche, who knows how to get the best out of his players. But you want something a bit more. It's a lot of pressure on McNeil as well. Like, go and do something, go and create something as well.
Exactly.
And because their strikers are very much hold up the ball, knock it off, run, rather than hold it, dribble. And Vidra maybe off the bench. He hasn't got as much of a look in that he would have wanted, and I thought he would get, because he's a bit of a tough type of striker. But Barnes and Wood, who they go for, are a bit very similar. So I think they probably need another striker in there.
Remember Barnes? He scored in his first opening 3 games or something.
Exactly.
But I think he ended up with 6 goals.
But I think for Dyche as well, bringing players in is a lot about, are you Burnley players as well?
Yeah.
And I think he might need to be a bit more open to players not being as Burnley, if that makes sense. But yeah, I think it depends. I think they just need to push a bit more, experiment a bit more. Don't go too crazy like the Fulham and change your whole style, but merge it a bit more.
Exactly.
Have a bit of transition period. You won't maybe not finish 10th again, but at least you'll stay in the league, and then you can progress and becoming a bit better in Europe.
Exactly.
But generally, good season, I would say.
Very good season.
Good season.
Very good season.
I'm sure they'll have another great season. They'll have to see more clean sheets. I think there's no rumours about the Pope stuff. That was just more our opinion. So it looks like they'll keep a hold of him as well. McNeil, there's more rumours on that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens then, how they reinvest that money if that comes.
Yeah, they will be it'll be an achievement if they keep him, because I think teams will push hard to get him.
But yeah, generally Burnley, good part of the Premier League fabric at the moment. You can't see the league without them at the moment. And Sean Dyche's doing a great job.
Exactly.
And hopefully, if he's able to change his style, or he's able to convince other managers, he might move into other things as well. But
we'll see.
We'll see. But for now, Julian, I think that's it from me. Anything from you?
Just the same old. Please like if you like the video, subscribe, and click the notification bell, because we're gonna be uploading more videos soon. So until next time,
see ya.
Take care.